Screw you, Mel. You look like a potato. Not a potato, you're a potato. Damn it. I feel like there was a mod update that changed my hair, and I can't remember what was my hair before. So I'm browsing through all of them. There are 211 fucking hairstyles, Mel. I don't have time to go through all of them. I just did, but I don't have memory retention capabilities to remember what I just went through. So now I'm looking through my screenshots, trying to find, and that's a bad song. Wait, damn it, messed up my intro. There we go. Sorry. See, that's what happens when I juggle too many things at once. Ugh, how are you? It's good to see you. I apologize. Freaking mess. Alright, let me see. Where are my screenshots? Here. Alrighty. Oh yeah. Okay. So they did have kind of like this one. It's a bit longer than before. It's like, you know, a studied haircut. Makes him look kind of intense, similar to what he had before. I think I'll leave this one. It kind of fits his potato face. Well, you can also have, you know, giant silicone boobs haircut, but maybe later. This one or this one? I feel like this one makes him look more like a pumpkin, and I kind of like it. This one is closer to the one he had before. Let me see it from the back. Yeah, I like this one. I'll keep this one. Makes him look intense. Pigtails, right? That's the Akuba, I think, mod that adds like all the kind of very cool hairstyles that my characters would probably never use. Maybe one day. I do want to have a character that is bald one day. Or that has pigtails or something crazy like that. I'd be down. Alright. Cut the intro short. You're done. How are you, Mel? How is Atlas treating you? Still sailing the seas of Darkside with Turbo and others, I presume. I need to grab my water. I'm running low. I'll be right back. have returned. Let's do this. We have some heretics to remind of the Judgment Day that is about to come. Okay, there's Lionel. Here he is. Let's see. A good day. There we go, that's the voice. Alright, we're good to go. What's your opinion on the 3.0 changes, Mel, and all on the whole battle pass and monetization system of Conan? If you had a chance to check it out. Look at this. We have lamps now. Thanks, Chess, for the big sign. At least I won't miss my turn, like I always do. Hello, Black Rose Mom. Sorry, Black Rose Moon. I am an idiot. I'm sorry. I turned you into a mom. Haven't looked at all? Well, don't even bother, Mel. Let me give you an honest review, unpaid review, of what the Battle Pass of the 3.0 is all about. It's a grindy, unrewarding mess that isn't worth buying, in my opinion. Like, the rewards you have to work for, and the amount of work that you need to put to get those rewards is, in my opinion, not worth it. For a completionist, for a decorator, sure. But like for a normal person who, you know, just wants to RP, oh my god, it's expensive. And it's grindy. And I hate it. I love the DLC model. That was probably before Tencent bought Funcom. I don't even know. But yeah, I am not a fan. They changed the keybinds, that pissed me off. The magic is fun, looks pretty good, but it's mostly just for RP. It's not really relevant for any kind of PvP or I would even say like PvE or PvA. Broke so many mods, and I cannot imagine that we will suffer from it anytime soon. But I mean, we have plenty of good mods already, which is nice, but a lot of them, like AOC, still broken. And also, thank you so much for the resub, my man. We don't need patches, we need RP, damn right. Listen, I am grateful for more content, but god damn it, the way they did everything screwed so many mods over. Modders. You know, people who have jobs, who have children, who have very little time. Server owners, my goodness. I'm so tired of servers being like, we on the mini season, we're waiting for AOC. Many server owners are convinced that the only relevant or successful season can, well, basically it can only be achieved, you know, if you have AOC in the mix. And their argument is, well, we tried before by basically trying to copy AOC by putting, I would say 1/10 of the effort that was put into AOC, and by not exactly offering anything interesting that would keep people playing for, I would say, prolonged period of time in terms of RP. I feel like the current PvP is like the most fun I've ever had. I like it too. I haven't really PvP'd much, but like on the server it was fun, and I cannot wait to do more. Hello, Kubobo. And I'm sorry for another rant about 3.0, but I don't like it. Because AOC is the grind fest, and if you do not put any effort into your server story, people will get bored. Nothing to do with AOC and nothing to do with server wise, yeah. And that is why they fell without AOC, yeah. It sucks, but AOC is a source of content for a lot of people. I enjoy shooting cannons at people, I get that. Like, AOC, if you are not willing to put a lot of effort, like into the story, into the server RP, into even the mechanics and, I don't know, like dailies and quests, then AOC is like a patch, you know, like a band-aid solution, I would say. So of course, without it, you know, you kind of have to work really hard to supplement it. But I feel like there is enough mods to do that. The one thing that sucks about not having AOC is all the magic that is still, I would say, much better than the one in 3.0, which is a bit sad. Like both for RP and PvP. Even though I hate it in PvP, I still get the appeal of it. Alright, let's see. And hello Dream, by the way. Thank you so much for a resub, Soda. I appreciate it. You don't have to do that, jerk. But I agree, Jess. Shooting cannons at people is fun. But don't get me started on Atlas mechanics when it comes to shooting guns, like playing a little minigame. Like, ugh, I hate it. I'm an old cynical man these days. I hate everything. Especially fun. Oh wait, I'm level 60? Where am I? Who am I? There we go. Yeah, I can level up. Isn't Indrit's better for magic? Some people, let's call them ninja, prefer Indrit's magic over any kind of magic because it is viable for PvP, it is highly customizable, it is not exactly grindy because you just get it at the beginning. It basically matches all the requirements for ninja to enjoy PvP, which is why ninja plays. Unless it's a lot of fun, I kind of just feel like with a job and only being able to play 3 or 4 hours, don't have time to sell for 6 hours to the CP. I see Atlas more as a party game, with like fun mechanics. Like, I would much rather play Ark, or I would much rather RP in Conan. Atlas for me is like worse in all of those. And if there was a server that put so much effort into like a Conan season, or even Ark season, in a way Darkside does things, I feel like it would have a similar amount of success. Like they put so much money and development into it. Like they have so many custom mods. I feel like any server, in basically any game, would have this kind of success, you know, especially like when the bigger streamers get involved. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for the upcoming Darkside season. You know, once this one ends, I will probably check it out. Haven't been playing Atlas for a long time. Haven't played on Darkside in a bit. So unless something different or major happens, I'll probably give it a go. I feel like I should, you know. I feel like every RPer should have their little Atlas adventure. And a lot of people around me expressed, you know, desire to check out Atlas too. So I kind of wanna do it with them. Hello, P-Fund, how are you? Let's check this out. Ooh, pretty. Well, we don't have anyone around, which means it's my favorite thing in the entire world. Let's go harass people until someone feels compelled to save us from our own selves. Oh, there we go. Greetings!
Hello.
How are you,
How
my
are you?
child?
Oh, I'm doing alright. How are you?
I just woke up and I am ready to start the day right.
Yeah? You got plans for today?
Indeed. Save as many heretics from themselves as possible.
Yeah. Are you gonna go back to the carnival then?
I will eventually end up in there, yes. Which reminds me, I should probably bring more gruel and more clothing. I can only imagine they wear happy with our last visit.
Yeah, we actually had someone the other day come and visit. Her name is Beast. She's a large panther lady.
Oh yes, I remember that one.
She actually came over to see the church, and I know she at some point would like to speak to you.
That is good. Perhaps I will meet her there.
Hopefully, she's usually around the carnival, so every time I pass through anyway.
That is good. Thank you for sharing this message with me. Fills
Yeah.
my heart with joy.
No problem. Is there anything that I can help gather while I'm around?
Nothing I can think of, for I do believe we have enough, and anything in excess would of course be horrible. We
Yes,
must
of
keep
course.
enough resources for others who wish to gather them for themselves.
Yes, of course. Well then, is there anything that I can do? Go around passing out pamphlets or something?
That would
I
always
know
be
of
appreciated.
a few different places I could go and see if anyone's around.
Why don't you show me? Apart from the carnival, I haven't really seen any other place where the heretics might reside.
I know there's a group of traveling merchants over by the desert city. I think it's called Sebromero or something like that.
Very well.
We can go and stop over there and see if they need anything.
Let us take some of the gruel and some clothing, in case they are in dire need of a new attire and nourishment.
Yes.
She sounds so excited. Your enthusiasm is inspiring, my child.
Yeah, I just, I'd like to help and keep busy.
There we go. Nice. We have some clothes. Let's take more. These are cheap to make, right? Another 3.
How many pamphlets do you think I should grab?
At least 10.
10, okay.
I will take 3 sets of clothes. Sets.
Alright. I have 10 pamphlets.
Very good. Now let's see. Ah yes, there is enough gruel and water to feed an entire carnival.
Well, we can take the long, long way and run there, or we can take the portal back through the carnival and get there a lot quicker.
Then let us take the portal. We have no time to waste, for the judgment day is upon us.
Yeah. And, I'm not sure if there's gonna be people around at this time. I noticed they tend to be awake a little later. If there aren't any, I can always stop by again later.
Very good. And it is understandable. A good rest is important. For to comprehend the importance of spirituality, that will fill your soul with grace and understanding of what is the most important thing in life, requires a good amount of slumber.
Yes, sleep is always a good thing.
How are you, Jess? How do you sleep?
How many people have you been able to speak to then?
The last time we visited the carnival, we met about 20. After that, I did not engage in any kind of crusade or missionary activity, for I needed to take my rest.
Yes, of course. Oh, here we go.
Still sleeping, but I slept okay. Very nice.
Seems
Doing good, doing good. bit tired
Seems
from
the light has
badminton.
followed again.
Indeed. It may seem yet again like a coincidence, but I do not believe in those.
What did you say, sorry?
It may seem like a coincidence, but I do not believe in those. In
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
I would call it a miracle.
Seems a little quiet around here today.
Indeed.
Oh. These are quite some interesting creatures.
No, I didn't win. It was horrible chess. I didn't play good. There were pros all around us and I felt bad. Looking for something.
It's okay. Stay calm.
What's going on?
There's a mimic and it's trying to eat me.
I wonder who that is.
Are you okay?
Yeah, a little. Oh, and then it's doing that. I don't know how or where, but it's here. If you poke it a little bit, it doesn't.
Looks like there's something going on here today.
Yes, indeed. Something is indeed going on here. Something that is as piercing to my eyes as a sharp spear poking directly through my head. What I'm seeing...
Which one is it? The centaur or the bright pink unicorn?
The bright pink unicorn.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. It's quite an interesting creature.
Not the word I would use, nevertheless. It is truly a sign of corruption.
The unicorn is a sign of corruption?
Indeed. Can't you see the excessive nature? The decadence?
I guess I had always heard of unicorns representing purity.
Perhaps white ones. Perhaps those that show up for a reason. As a blessing. This is not a blessing.
I suppose it being bright pink isn't
This is pure torture to my
pure.
eyes, to my very soul. I have stared long enough at this creature. Whoever its owner is, should be ashamed. Good day, my child. What the heck is going on there?
I already did.
Damn it, sorry.
Drink
Yes.
some poison and throw yourself inside his mouth.
I don't think the ringmaster would be happy if I did that.
I hate fighting furniture.
Do you fight furniture often?
Yeah, I'll be honest, our furniture does kind of tend to do this a lot.
You need to get better furniture.
No, the problem is it's the best furniture. Home defense does not realize that the hired help is not an invader. So it eats them, and then you have to find new hired help.
So then my statement still stands. You need to find better furniture.
No, it's not the furniture that's the problem. It's the
See,
quality
my
of the
child?
hotel.
This is exactly what happens when people
Oh no.
overuse decorations in their homes. The furniture rises. They cannot withstand the suffering. Do not blame it.
I guess I'm not entirely sure what's going on.
Well, it turned out somebody put down a chest, but the chest was actually a mimic. And
Oh.
then somebody
Yep.
touched the chest, and now it's trying to eat us.
Oh, that's a chest. Okay, that makes a lot more
And
sense.
now
It
I'm
was.
ring around the rosy because it wants to eat the sorcerer. Which, the sorcerer does not appreciate, though.
Don't eat the wizard, you stupid chestnut.
Yes, eat the imps instead. They come back
Oh,
from
no.
this. Wait, you are those kind of imps, right?
Actually, I'm a halfling in a costume.
Oh. Well,
Yes,
that
and I'm
was
an
purely
8-year-old boy in a mask.
right.
I don't believe either one.
I don't know. Honestly, the halfling thing could check out. Halflings are fucking weird.
Hello, Sinister. Colonel Sanders.
I've never met one, so I don't
It
know.
was actually one of my nicknames on Boundless.
Eat my leg.
Are you tasty?
Where's the nearest cliff?
How are you, sir?
Straight ahead.
I am doing well.
Great.
A bit
I'm
tired,
just gonna throw myself
but
up there.
hey, at least I'm
Why
playing
are you
Colonel
trying to throw
Sanders.
yourself off a cliff? Cannot be the worst thing you've seen.
No, I just spend that 10 tickets
Living
on
my
that
best
thing
life.
inside and I got the
With
freaking
all
frying
the
pan.
I
secrets
like frying
of
pans. They're
spices.
fun.
Not these ones.
Why
These are
not?
very brittle and very dull.
That's one beefy mimic.
This is quite the strong chest.
It has. I looked inside of it when it opened its mouth. It's got a lot more blood than any of the dragons in the unnamed city do.
Oh,
It's a well-made
dear.
chest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello.
my friends.
Prince.
It tried to eat me already.
What
I
you're
almost
currently
lost my
witnessing
blood, though.
is a pure sign of defiance.
Well, it's going to get put down for its defiance.
I'm confused.
That chest
It's
is
a
gone
mimic.
rogue.
When one uses too many decorations in their home, the furniture rises to fight against the oppression of decadence.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
It bit my tail.
Does anyone know the little one up at the tree
Yeah,
trying to watch
squishy.
everything happen?
What is that?
I was hearing squishy
Noise.
sounds last night too. I don't know where it's coming from though.
Oh, that one.
Doesn't sound pleasant.
No.
Hello.
Is that a mimic? Yeah.
You're not the best of climbers, are you?
Hello.
Apparently
Hello.
not a talker either. Hello.
Good day.
Hello. It is good to see you. Have you seen a rambunctious chest around here?
Yeah, it's over
yeah.
there trying to eat some imps and a sorcerer. They've
Well, I
almost got
must
it
go see
dead.
that.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it tried to eat me.
I think they might have gotten it.
That would be impressive.
Oh, hello again.
Hello. And how are you?
Very good.
Yeah, they
How
got
are
it.
you yourself?
I'm doing alright. Came to the carnival. to
How are
see
you,
something
Prince?
interesting,
Haven't seen you in a
and ended
while.
up killing their furniture.
Well,
Yeah, I think I've been kind of
by that same
awake at different times, but I'm doing okay. How are you?
Are you? You must have been quite busy.
Yeah. Eva and I have
Was
been
it
just kind of
less than
running around.
satisfactory?
Good. I want you to see the world, Prince. I want you to get inspired. I want you to witness as many heretics as possible. I want you to learn from their mistakes. See their inevitable downfall in front of your eyes,
Is your friend, and is she okay?
so that you can better learn how to avoid it
Yes.
for yourself.
She's
Right.
Learn from their
Like
mistakes.
protect myself from rogue chests.
Yes.
The chest is just a symptom. Just like the corruption is the symptom of the upcoming Judgment Day. The chest is a symbol. It is a rebellion.
Where did the tree one go?
It left.
I do not.
So you're where's all the other ones today?
I am not aware of their current whereabouts. Nevertheless, your loyal assistant was kind enough to offer a little visit, perhaps show me where certain other heretics may reside, so that I can reach out to them and share the good word.
I see, of course. There's rules here now, apparently. Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I see.
That's fairly new.
Understandable rules, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of carnage that occurred
It
here
looked like an unholy cross between a spider and a person.
really asks for these rules.
Where was this?
Yes, of course. I wonder when the performances are going to start. I thought they were to start yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's disgusting.
They added a bounce house though.
Old boy, how can you
A
suggest
bounce
something
house?
like that? It's just wrong.
Dressed to impress.
Do you know where the sinkhole is?
Of course.
It's a very colorful
So
furniture.
to the left of there, on the other side of the river, there are a couple of caves on the side, and if you go down into them, there's an abomination of a spider down lurking below.
Absolutely
Ah.
unholy.
The Crystal Cave. That
Yeah.
one.
My child, leave one of our pamphlets here.
Also, I didn't explore the cave too much, but
Ooh,
there
iron
seems to be another
pamphlets.
layer on top of it in the back.
You heard
There's
correct,
another
my
cave
child.
that connects to it, and you can see the arena from above.
I've been there. It's not much of interest, to be honest.
I think someone was there before we were. I was trying to unlock a chest,
Not actually
and there was nothing in
sure
there.
how it's held up on here.
Oh,
Why don't you give it to
I
me?
do.
I'll see what I can do.
So I grabbed these ones.
I'm not sure I've ever seen somebody wear so much white before, to be honest.
Yes.
I don't think it's working.
Are you all the matrons?
No, we are not.
Oh.
My name is Grim Marks Katana, and might I ask
There
who
we go.
you folks are? I believe I've met the lass in
There.
passing.
My apologies. I was
Really?
busy putting the pamphlet
You're
on your
quite-
notice board. I hope there is not a problem. We do appreciate the services of a public
Yes.
board.
It is not ours. I was simply asking if I might inquire who you are.
I see. My name is Lionel, the Venerable, the Holy.
I believe I've heard of you. You run a church and teach people your ways.
I do not run it. The church is there for everyone. It belongs
I
to you
see.
just as much as it belongs to me.
I highly doubt it belongs to me as much as to you.
Then why
I
don't
would
you
get
visit
far too much.
and see?
I would get far too much blood on the floor if I were to, well, perform my practices there.
Then we would
And
go
I
there and
have-
clean it. For that is what we do.
In what exactly do you do?
What exactly do I do? I do nothing,
Yes.
my child. I simply show the way.
Well, I'm not your child.
The way to what?
Then why don't you tell me
the
your
way
name?
To what? My name is Martin.
Then it is a pleasure to meet you, Martin, and I do apologize.
You're fine, but like my friend here said, the way to what?
It is simple. You see, there is a corruption plaguing these lands. It is all around us. The symptoms. This carnival. The unnamed city. Shrouded by the corruption that is inevitably consuming these lands. All of it is a sign that the Judgment Day is coming. The end of all things. And I am here to make sure.
So you're some sort of messiah?
No. A simple prophet. A simple reminder. A simple bearer of news. To prepare as many to walk the righteous path so that they can help their loved ones, themselves, to stop it. Or at the very least, to stand on the side of light before it's too late.
And
Amen.
how do you propose that somebody stops all of this corruption? And I assume you refer to the dark magic that permeates these lands.
That is simple, my child. It starts with you, and it ends with you. For you see, a simple act of kindness, a simple act of modesty, a simple act of faith can make a great difference. It is a good start.
What should I be putting my faith into?
Put your faith into the fact that you are destined for more in life than to just live. Satisfying your primitive passions. Crunching on the devilish popcorn. Enjoying the performance art of these clowns. We have been given the greatest gift of all. The gift of life. The gift of free will. We can do so many things. Our soul is destined for more. But
Yes,
I
and
choose to
who
be a clown, then.
exactly supposedly gave us this free will?
I do not know. All I know is that I received a vision that told me about this grand plan. And I am
so,
here.
let me get this straight. You're spreading the word of some benevolent being that you don't even know.
No. I am spreading the word of Lionel. That is me. I can
So-
only speak for myself. I can speak for the things I saw, for the things I witnessed, for the things I believe in. You may dispute them. You may find a different way to achieve the same goal. Please, be my guest. But all that I'm after is to save your soul, my child.
It would help if you actually had direction and directions that we could follow.
Yes.
And have you seen the pamphlet, my child? The one I placed on the notice board?
I have. But these two have not, I do not think. It would help if, instead of simply writing it down, you also preached it.
I did.
For instance,
Okay.
I think to
I-
answer their
I-
questions,
Oh boy, this is gonna go on forever. Yeah, my soul
Yes.
already belongs to Set, so I already know what's happening to me.
That is a good start, my child. But you must open your mind, for there are many other gods to dedicate your life to.
No, That's not how that worked. You dedicate yourself to Set.
That is
You're with
exactly how
Set.
it works, my child. There are many gods for a
Would you
reason.
please
All
not
of them
yell?
are valid, and all of them have wise things to say.
The rest
About
of them
your life.
are little bitches.
Perhaps. Or
Well,
perhaps not.
I don't know. I've been doing some research on the Ymirans. They're quite a fierce people.
Yes, the people are fierce, but they worship an overgrown frost giant who sits there and tells them, "I will give you strength, but prove yourself strong first." I totally made you strong.
Well, well, I believe it might be like a placebo.
Exactly, that's all it is. I mean, bloody hell, I respect Crom more than Emir. Crom just tells his people to fuck off, they tell him to fuck off, and they figure it out on their own. That's better than begging to some
Okay, where
god
are you going?
who tells you he's giving you something and never does.
My child.
I kind of want to see where this goes, Dahlia. I'll see you at home.
In a world filled with
Okay.
gods.
Happy
In a
he's taking
world
me somewhere.
filled
All right.
with
Goodbye.
deities. With all other sources of divine. More than you can ever comprehend. You will soon realize that in the end, it is your decision what you do with your life. I
Yeah,
am not here to represent any one religion. I am not here to speak for one God. I am here to speak for them all. I do not know which one sent this vision to me. I do not know which divine I represent. I just know that it's either all of them or it's none of them. But it matters not, for I will see them for who they truly are when the judgment day comes. They will be the ones judging us for our actions.
well, if it's not Set, they can go fuck themselves. If it is Set, I just hope I've cut out enough hearts.
My child, it is not too late to dedicate your life towards a higher principle. Do you truly believe
Anonvi,
that all your potential can be reached by cutting out hearts? You are no
it's worked
better
out so
than
far.
those yogites who are simply
The
feasting on
Yogites?
human flesh.
Okay, no, the Yogites are fucking idiot. With no ambition.
They also dedicated their life towards a single deity, just like you.
Alright.
What
This
makes
was
them
after
more wrong than you?
This was after I went head to head with my own deity, and he proved that he was worthy, as I proved to him that I
Hello,
was.
Basil.
That must be the priest.
Where's the priest?
My child, do not mistake my words for judging you. I, in fact,
no.
have nothing but respect for you,
Lionel,
dedicating your
Lionel.
life towards
Lion of the heavens.
this deity.
You're
Well,
interrupting.
to be honest with you, I don't worship any god.
That is your right.
Only one person
That
can
is your
I think
decision.
it's a waste of time. No offense, my friend.
I agree, my child. You do not need a god to tell you what is right. You have a soul, you have a heart, you have your upbringing, you have your friends around you.
Okay, I'm not sure this priest even has a script.
I'm
I
so
will be
confused.
elsewhere.
Do you... So, what are you trying to do here? If not spread a message of a deity.
What I'm trying to do, my child, is to prepare you for the end of all things, where we will be judged for the sum of our actions on this world. What I'm trying to do is to help your soul reach the heights it hasn't reached before. For when it is too late, and when we will be judged and separated from this body, it will be nothing but our
Why-
soul.
Why would it matter if I don't worship a deity?
Because
Because...
exactly.
That makes no sense.
My child, what we have already figured out is that it matters not whether you decide that there is one deity, multiple deities, or no deity at all. What matters is you, your soul, and if you are prepared for the Judgment Day.
Yes, but who's going to judge me since I don't have a deity? No one.
There will be one, or many, or two. We will not know until it happens.
So, you're preaching that you don't know, but be prepared.
Yes.
Well, that's quite the message.
My child, what if it's you who judges you during the final moments of your life?
Well, that would be great, because I would just pass myself for long.
Are you sure? Or are you just lying to yourself?
Yes. Of course, I'm very happy with my life at the moment.
But can you say the same about your friends? About your enemies? About those around you?
And why the fuck would I care about my enemies?
Because your actions have consequences.
Other than sending them straight to hell.
Oh, hello.
My child, I understand
Yes.
your stubbornness. And I understand that you are set in your ways. I cannot open
It's
your
not-
mind for you.
It's not that I'm stubborn, I just don't understand your message. Usually, prophets know what's going to happen.
I know what's going to happen, my child. I told you. During the first
Yes,
moment we
but
met.
you- Go ahead.
Go ahead about what?
I don't know, it sounded like you were saying a sentence and just didn't finish.
No.
Well, when you said, yes, Judgment Day is coming, yeah,
Yeah.
I get that part, but you don't know what's going to happen on Judgment Day, or who's going to judge who, you just know that it's going to happen. And for the
Indeed.
people without a deity, that doesn't really matter, does it? And for the people that do, they put their faith in their own deity, they don't need others. So I don't quite understand your message.
I can see that, my child.
Maybe you should go back to the drawing board with it.
And why would I do that?
Because it doesn't make any sense.
My child, do you know what is required in order to save your soul?
I guess not.
You're looking at things through the eyes of logic. But what you are lacking is the element of faith. For if you do not believe that your soul can be saved, that your soul is flawed in the first place, burdened by the obsessions of physical life.
Obsessions of physical life. Yes, because I very much like my life.
That is exactly the problem, my child.
What? I shouldn't like my life?
No. There are more important things in life than to just feed, sleep, and have a good time.
Yes, I'm very in touch with my feelings, thank you.
And
I'm known around here as the music man.
that is a beautiful profession. Tell me more. How does it make you feel when you
Well-
play to these people?
When I'm playing music, I can feel all the emotion and my past emotions. That's why I like to play music, to make people feel emotion.
Your actions improve their life. Your actions have consequences. They make a positive difference. Music speaks to the soul, my child. You would agree with me on that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Then both of us follow the same path. For I am doing the same.
So you're trying to speak to someone, to everybody's soul,
Yes,
with your preachers,
I am trying to wake it up.
your sermon.
I am trying
Oh, that is a sight.
Oh, let me down, let me down.
to save it from the eternal damnation. I am trying to prepare it for the end of all things, of which is inevitable.
Yes, and so what exactly is going to happen with the end of all things? What do you mean by that?
The judgment day, my child.
Yes, I get that. You said the judgment day, but what does that exactly entail?
Have you seen the city of Unnamed?
Yes.
It was once a great civilization, prosperous. But then, the corruption started spreading. A small seed of evil can grow into a tree, bearing fruits of destruction.
Hello.
Yes, and so you were saying something about this carnival as well. It's some kind of sign.
Indeed.
Is that so? So do you think that this carnival is bad?
I do believe it is currently clouded in darkness, but there are rays of sunshine piercing through those clouds. I have met few, such as yourself, who seems to have dedicated their lives to a higher purpose, which fills my heart with hope. This place is not all evil. It is a temptation. It is full of decadence, but I do believe there is hope. Because of people like you, because of people like the Panther, because of people like the Fortune Teller.
Oh, well, would you also say people like the Ringmaster then?
The Ringmaster tried to enslave one of these proud people. I witnessed it myself. He spreads nothing but excitement and preaches for his primitive needs.
Well, when I had stated the other night that I simply said I cannot wait for the Ringmaster to control the circus, they got very offended and said that that was not the case. So I do find it hard to believe that the Ringmaster would enslave somebody.
I can only tell you what I witnessed, my child.
And what exactly did you witness?
I told you, my child.
Yes, and how did he try to go about enslaving somebody?
Greetings. I apologize for reminding you of that event. However, this gentleman demands it. This gentleman visited the carnival in my presence. He was standing right over there. The Ringmaster came to him, and he wished to put him into a cage. I objected. The Ringmaster disagreed with my objection. That is the end of the story. You may ask him for his perspective, for mine can be flawed. Maybe I simply misunderstood. Maybe that is how things are done in the carnival.
Let's go home.
Yes, yes, yes.
Any further questions in your investigation, my child?
No.
And what is your conclusion?
Well, my conclusion is that I have something to talk to the Ringmaster about.
Thank you. I do not wish for these to be treated like animals. Their customs may be different than ours, but they have pride. And they can achieve many things in life. If given a
Everybody is
chance.
worthy of some respect.
It's true.
Well, I found... Sorry, go ahead.
He did want some of my family in cages, but we settled. No longer want cage.
Do not worry, my child. You will not be caged ever again. You deserve freedom, just like the rest of us. Both of you.
Sorry for being blunt, but I'm surprised to see one of you talk in common tongue.
I learned when first woke. Family woke later. They are learning slow.
Well, that's good to hear. Also, I'm afraid I may or may not have offended some of your clan the other day.
We came around
Yes,
nicely
and I would
once
like
we
to
found a common
apologize
ground.
for that.
What these people don't seem to understand is Lionel is agnostic. He doesn't actually believe in any kind of deity because of the obvious contradiction of, you can have one true god or
I see.
a pantheon of true gods when there are so many other
I
gods.
was trying to understand your language, and I
people
fear
can believe in.
I said
Basically,
something
postmodernist
wrong.
problem of religion.
Apparently, it was about me.
Oh, well, I can assure you, I did
But
not
I
mean
try
that,
my best
as I've
not
not
to
met you
resort
before
to
today.
modern terms when it comes to explaining these concepts. Yeah, the fucking fort was nice. And listen, I am glad these people are pushing at me. I am not here to win these arguments. I am here to make them look good. But Unga put the biggest amount of effort so far to actually
This has been an enlightening
talk back to
conversation, but I really must be going. It was nice to meet you all.
My child, out of all the beings, the people I met in these lands, you have been the one who showed the most promise. Your profession is honorable. What you are doing is admirable, and I would love to witness it at some point. If you would find it in your heart, I would like to invite you into my church so that you can play to my congregation. I will pay you for your services.
That sounds like it might be some fun.
And perhaps I can answer more of your questions.
Yes, I would. I'm very interested to see your church.
You honor me with your interest, and I promise there will be more that will be able to tell you exactly how we do things in our congregation. For I do not always believe that words can express the magnitude, the importance of our crusade. I have many who live their lives in a way that you will not be even able to comprehend. Their hardships, their journey in life was perilous at best, but they decided to follow me into these lands, to help me spread the good word, to prepare as many souls as possible for the inevitable end of all things.
Well, I look forward to meeting the rest of your congregation.
Thank you, my child. Be at peace. May the
Of
light shine
course.
your way.
Yes, you as well.
I don't know where the prince wandered off to.
Perhaps you should look for him. Good evening.
Prince.
Have you seen him?
Wander. That way.
That way? Okay.
Ah.
Guess we can follow the path. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's really learning, how to speak.
Indeed. The history of all Conan religions is pretty cool. I had a great time learning about them. Yeah, they're actually very imaginative and very cool. Like it too. Perhaps he already left.
Oh, nope.
What do you
I
like
see
think
people.
of- What do you mean us? Hello.
Hello. We weren't sure where you went off to.
I just walked around to see if there was any more people that wanted to hear the priest's word.
Good evening, Talib.
Good father.
We have encountered another promising resident of the carnival, or perhaps someone who is affiliated with them. A musician. Apparently his music can speak to the soul, make these people feel emotions. I invited him to our church. I'd like to hear his work myself.
Of course,
sounds
good
nice.
father. Are there any preparations you would like me to do?
Not yet. I do believe that the church is prepared enough.
Of course, father. With your wisdom. I came across a young lady here called Abigail.
Abigail.
I read her the words. I tried to pull her from the fear that she was in. Or I feel like she was crawling around. I do not know exactly why.
Do not fear the light, my child. I understand that you may find solace in darkness,
I think she's gone.
but it is merely temporary.
Timid.
Has there been any deaths? Not yet. I don't believe so. But I'm sure
I
it's
think
only a
she
matter
has
of time.
flown, good father.
Unfortunate.
Who can tell what kind of dark traumas have made her so?
We must be patient. If we show up enough, we will eventually reach all of these inhabitants. We cannot save them all at once, in one day. But we can show them the way. Greetings. Are you alright? Oh, he just left. They seem to have left.
Yeah, the place I was talking about is through here.
Very good. We will follow you there.
Do you require assistance, good father?
Yes, please. It shouldn't take long.
Of course.
We are simply meeting heretics from the Sepamaru. I'm also, every time I'm in the carnival, I try to be a bit less objectionable.
Were the others coming, or is it just us?
They will come. I do believe they want to wait for a bit before they venture through the portal, so that their body will not disintegrate.
Yeah, probably a good thing not to happen. There you go. Was Talib coming too?
I do believe so. Maybe not. Come on, Talib. Don't leave me hanging. It's more than 10 seconds. Maybe I was mistaken.
Maybe he decided to go home.
It is possible. Very well. Let us slowly go.
This way.
Hopefully it didn't crash. There he is. So tell me, Prince. Have you enjoyed the righteous resistance towards my teachings from the heretics in the carnival?
Oh, you were coming with us, okay.
Prince?
I think he might be a second.
Very well. Oh, his wipe. Dang it. Let us take a moment and meditate. Let us ponder about the importance of our mission and that we must not fail, for the judgment day is upon us. And the only path to salvation is to cleanse our soul from the sins binding us to this world.
Agreed.
Okay, I feel better.
Very good.
Here you are.
Let us keep going then.
Oh, what is that? Oh, goodness. I suppose
Oh.
they are home?
Easy.
Inappropriate usage of colors and excessive sounds. We must haste and put this to an end. How dare you interrupt the peace and quiet of the night? Show yourself, heretic, and be judged. Oh, this is cool. My John. Excuse me. Good evening. My name is Lionel.
I am Haley.
A pleasure to meet you. Were you the one who lit those fireworks?
What if I was?
My child.
This isn't your land, so therefore you have no control or order.
Something wrong, Mother?
By whose authority you claim these lands for yourself?
Then never said I claimed it either.
Hmm.
But it doesn't belong to you either.
Truly, the night cannot belong to anyone. It belongs to us all, and you disturbed it with your loud noises and disgraceful colors.
Disgraceful.
Indeed.
Hmm.
Well, sorry to say, sir, but it sounds like an ish you and not an ish me. So, if you would be so kind to go about your day and leave us alone.
I implore you to say no to overexposure, to say no to everything that detracts you from the divine path. Colors, decorations, tasty foods and drinks, impure thoughts.
Hmm.
My words are falling
You have
on
more
deaf
business.
ears.
They seem to be, good father.
Hmm.
My children.
Now that you see, since you, I guess, jumped to conclusions about us setting off the fireworks, maybe you should go find those people who just did it themselves?
My child. You cannot blame soap for cleaning dirt. I am not jumping to any conclusions. What I see is sad. Truly sad display. I am trying to put an end to it. If you are willing to help and to walk the righteous path with us, then I welcome you. But if you are here to join the heretics in this pathetic display of decadence, then I'm here for you, my child, even more. For you are the one that needs my help the most.
Your words are kind.
I thank you. What is your name, my child?
It's Pox.
My child, this is not clothing. What this is a failure. Failure of life. You gave up on decency. This clothing is the devil's way to control your life.
Don't
But
call him your child.
fear
He is
not.
mine, not yours.
For I have a solution to your predicament.
Hmm. Pox is listening. But speak quickly.
Here, my child. Once you try these, you will never go back. For you too can walk the righteous path. You too can also work on cleansing your soul. You will not be sorry once you realize that if you dedicate your life to a higher purpose, then perhaps you will find a new meaning of life, a new goal to work towards. And that, my child, is the only way to fight against the inevitable. Everyone deserves a chance for salvation, even those who walk the path of evil, especially those. I do believe in redemption, but I cannot save you from yourself. I can merely show you the door, can give you the clothes, can feed you, offer you a refreshing drink, but in the end, you must be the one with courage to put an end to this. Take this, my child. I wish I could spare more, but it should feed you and your family. For a while. My child, can we spare a flyer for these proud people?
I have already given the flyer to the girl, Abigail. Sadly. But I can go get one immediately.
Give them another one.
Here you are.
Thank you.
I apologize for barging in on your lands. Perhaps I
We
was
don't own
drawn to
these
you.
lands.
Either way, you were here first, and I was not invited. And for that, I owe you an apology. My zealotry, my dedication, please do not mistake it for rudeness. I am simply trying to save you and your souls.
Fox understands.
This is my congregation, the Paladin Talib.
Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
You'll see Pox around. Just like you, I take care of my own.
Very good. And this is of course Prince and his trusted assistant. I was hoping they would introduce themselves, but I'm honored I can have the job for tonight.
We've been here before.
I see.
Yeah.
In that case, thank you for sparing the life of the prince. I can only imagine that kidnapping him and perhaps ransoming him for money would be a very interesting proposition. I apologize. There was an attempt at making a joke. I must have failed.
You could never. Good father.
You're fine. I tend to get nervous when anyone arrives in our caravan and I'm not here.
Actually, I thought they were slave traders.
Very protective of them, is what I am.
You are
So
protective of your
forgive my
flock.
hostilities.
Please, there is nothing to forgive.
I will let you be on your way. Please.
Very well. We do appreciate your time. Be at peace. May the light guide your way. Damn, we were close. I feel like they almost attacked us. But in the end, we kind of saved it.
You all be safe.
As you.
Any further neighbors we should meet? Or is this the end of our
I
trip?
don't know. Anybody else in this area?
Yeah, I don't know if you would like to go into that city, to be honest. I know there's a lot of unfavorable activity.
Is there corruption to be purged?
Oh yeah. There's actually a tavern there as well.
Hello, Red. And perhaps we should visit some other day
Indeed.
when we are prepared.
Yes, yes.
Then we'll probably want to go back to the portal, which is back through here.
Very well. Remember this place, Talib. You must purge it of the corruption.
Of course, good father. I will investigate and make sure we know exactly what kind of troubles we might run into.
Very good.
I'm afraid I haven't seen very many other settlements. A few, but I've not met any of the inhabitants.
Did we not run into a settlement in the jungle? Actually close to the carnival?
Are you talking about the people who... I didn't know... We didn't really get introduced to them, though. It was an interesting situation.
Was it the broom riders?
The Broom Raiders? I don't know if it was them. I remember we saw the people. One girl was really quiet. And there's a few settlements that I know of in the Highlands, but I don't know who lives there.
Very well. Let us head over back home.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured Red. You have a nice group there. I like it. I'm glad we met your character. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. And I am itching to get into PvP. Oh, that sword on my one has been there unused for far too long. Oh, we were close today. What the? Thought there was a huge lady there for a moment. Good morning, my child.
Child? Hello there.
Your hellos are appreciated and reciprocated. For my name is Lionel, and I am here to purge these lands of heretics and to save your soul in the process. Tell me, my child, have you ever wondered why is the Judgment Day inevitable, and why is it upon us? Have you ever wondered what is all this corruption around us? What does it mean? Why is it there?
I don't know. I guess I've never questioned it before. I figure some people are just corrupt and others are not.
Your wisdom speaks volume. It is impossible to know, however. I received a gift of a vision. I was informed of a grand plan. and of the fact that the day of reckoning is inevitable. It is upon us. And the only way to stop it is to make sure that our soul is freed of the oppression of this world. My child, what you are doing takes us one step closer towards the end of all things. Are you aware your skin is showing?
Yes, quite aware. It is very hot here.
My child, it will be much hotter in hell. That is where we are going. Because of actions such as the severe lack of proper attire that you are currently displaying. But fear not, my child, for the salvation is at hand. And I...
Praise be.
You come to the house of a tailor and insult my clothing when
I
you're
did
wearing
not come
a
empty-handed. Please, allow me. Your prayers have been answered.
I think I would rather rot than wear this.
And
This
rot
is
your will,
terrible.
my child. I am offering you a chance for salvation.
If wearing dreadful clothes all the time is salvation, I don't know if I want it.
My child, it might seem like a simple thing to do, almost like a drop of water in the ocean of evil, but it is a good start. If you show modesty, if you do something against your very nature, then you will show that you are capable of so much more. It is the first step of dedicating your life towards a higher purpose.
I would agree that I am capable of more. Like temptation and seduction. What about you? Haven't you ever wondered what it was like behind this beard? Or perhaps beneath this corset?
My child, your words are appreciated, but fear not,
Oh, I'm sure they are.
for I am
And
no
I'm sure you'll
saint.
dream later.
I am just as plagued with evil as you, or these lands, or anyone. I would never claim to be pure or righteous. Nevertheless, I walk the path that will hopefully take us there one day. With enough effort, with enough dedication, I believe in redemption. And if I can be saved, then you can be saved too, my child. It is not too late. Repent, my child. Put those clothes on and walk the path of the righteous with us.
Well, I would if, well, I think they must have slipped beneath the deck. Gosh, how unfortunate.
Fear,
And I was just about convinced.
fear not, for I have brought more.
Well, I mean, perhaps it was your strong collarbones and perfect jawline that convinced me. You're showing a bit of skin too, don't you know?
Only the necessary amount.
Gosh, perhaps you should get a scarf. Or maybe a hat.
I did have one, but I found the one who needed it more than me. So I provided it in the time of need. One of the many benefits of carrying a lot of clothing and attires with you at all times.
And that's the only outfit you ever wear?
Yes,
That very one? You don't even have more of the same outfit?
to have more would be excessive. An act of decadence.
So you just live in filth?
I wash my clothes every day, my child, to keep them pure.
This is a bit. You know what? If anything, this seems a bit excessive, don't you think? I mean, you're literally dedicating your whole life, every passion you have to something. That's a bit excessive, if you ask me.
I did not choose this path, my child. That choice was made for me. When I received the vision, when I became the prophet. Now, I am simply following the way.
And the way of? Do you even know where this vision came from?
Yes. And no. For I do know when it came. I do know what it showed me. I do know what I took away from it. But I do not know who gave it to me. For the knowledge of such beings, or place, divinity, is strictly forbidden for my simple mind to comprehend. It could be anyone, could be anything. I do not know, and I would find it highly arrogant to even make assumptions.
So you're saying that an abyssal demon from hell could have given you this vision, and you're just blindly following it?
Anyone deserves a chance for redemption, even the Lord of Darkness himself. Or a lady, or anything else. My child, everyone can be saved. Everyone has a soul, and I am the divine soap that will purify everything and everyone who stands in my way. Do you have enough courage to embrace the light?
I don't know. Ask me again next Thursday or something.
Very well, we shall return with more clothes and perhaps
that's
more
not
dedication.
necessary. That's alright.
Farewell for
you can
now.
Keep your clothes. Gosh.
And
alright.
thank you for your time.
Good luck.
It was nice to meet you.
Sure. Yes.
May the light guide the way. I like how every time we come here, we always meet someone new.
It's Lionel.
Oh, I thought that was his title. He said he was the Lionel. Goodness. And you all just follow him?
Of course.
Yep.
Yep.
On purpose, you chose this life.
It is not a matter of choice. It is a matter of duty. Once you have seen the true darkness in this land, you will truly understand the words of the good Father. In life, you must be broken.
It can't be about choice, you know. Your life, you can make your own decisions.
I have. And this is it.
I started my journey
Well,
alone,
then
my
just
child.
say that.
I cannot blame those who saw the light and allowed it to fill their soul and heart.
I was simply asking. It's awfully curious, that's why.
Your curiosity is understandable, and we appreciate your interest. If you wish to hear more about those in my congregation, please visit our church near the river at Sinkhole. There are many of us who dedicated their lives to this higher purpose. Perhaps you will find their stories inspiring, just like I do.
Well, I suppose, well, you know what? I'll just hold my tongue. You have a good day.
Have a blessed day, my child. And think about what was said here. And use those clothes that were provided.
I'll use them for something, alright.
It is a good start. Bearded
Nice
lady.
to meet you.
There we go. Got my mojo back. I had a slow start today. And I do much better when I'm just like with one person, you know? When there is more, Like, when people are shouting over each other and kind of shouting at me when I'm like in the mosh pit of...
I think that went fairly well, good father.
Indeed. Of complaints. And people trying to, like, point out flaws in my logic. There is no fucking logic. It's a freaking cult.
I have no idea. It was good, at least from what I got to see. They were accommodating in hospital, so the place is nice.
Like this
Hello,
fucking guy
good
again.
evening.
Greetings. I feel kind of bad for always walking through here, but I would feel even worse just, you know, trying to avoid any kind of RP. At least this way, whoever wants to chat with us, meet us, have a chance. But that's unfortunately what happens when you put an RP hub this close to like a tribe setting. Oh, that's weird. Ritu Waitarib. We are going back home to the sinkhole. I need to go to bed early today. Waking up also early. My brother has a wedding tomorrow. I need to make sure I don't look like shit on all the freaking photos and pictures. I want to have like bags of tiredness underneath my eyes. And get some sleep in. I'm kind of exhausted after badminton today. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Even though I'm gonna hate it.
How are you feeling about that visit?
It went well, my child. You must understand that not everyone wants to be saved, and that there will be those who will openly dispute everything we say. No matter what we do, no matter what we say, we will always find those who are not interested, who will try to point out flaws in our logic, but there is no logic in what we do. We are trying to save these people, whether they want it or not, whether they like it or not. They deserve to have a chance. And I am here to give it to them.
Of course.
And of course, there are those who will follow us at our every move. Isn't that right, Miss Abigail? She has been following us for quite some time now, good father.
Indeed.
Yes, she has. She's not very sneaky. She almost fell.
She wants to learn more.
She might. I have tried to encourage her to come.
That is
I gave
good.
her where we are. She cannot read, the poor soul. So I read for her.
Thank you, Darib. Perhaps she'll be more comfortable with just you around. Perhaps we are scaring her. But she cannot resist the urge to follow us, to follow the light. How inspiring.
Of course, good father. I will do my utmost best.
Thank you, my child. Hello, Grim Rabbit. Playing another bad guy. Yeah, he started that way. I first played this character on Boundless. He was very much against anything in terms of nudity, certain frivolous lifestyle choices, and yeah, he was definitely a bad guy there. Over here, he definitely has a few who kind of see at least certain value in the things that he says and preaches about. Heavenly Lionel. But yeah, there will always be, you know, those who will absolutely hate his guts. Which is my hope, you know. That's why I brought him here, to kind of oppose the carnival. But what we shortly after encountered were a few people who actually did a similar thing to us, you know, were very kind, were very righteous, preachy. Well, when you make your hard to hate characters. Listen, I hate playing strictly good or strictly bad guys. I try to make that decision as I go. I, you know, plan a certain character to start a certain way. They then, you know, meet certain people. RP goes a certain way. But in the end, how it turns out in the end, you know, remains to be seen. Lionel definitely has capacity for both. So we'll see where it goes. And how are you, by the way? Haven't seen you in a while. Are you still RPing? Are you on ToO right now? Waiting for Nexus or LL? Is there anyone present? And maybe? Ooh,
I
very
don't
nice.
see anybody.
Waiting for Nexus, gotcha. How is ToO? It's fun. The pop is decent, the theme is interesting, and we have a very cool tribe. Very well. In that case, I will go have my rest. For today was a long day, filled with...
Yeah. You spoke to a fair amount of people today.
That I did. But I couldn't have done it all on my own. Your trust, your loyalty, your assistance was inspiring and instrumental. I thank you for all this time that you bestowed upon me. Is there anything I can do for you?
I was curious if you might,
Of course.
I know the prince has been kind of, I was just curious what the limitations are expected of him and myself.
My child. I cannot stop you. Do anything.
I just meant more of expectation.
I see. You value my judgment when it comes to having a connection with Prince's parents. You're afraid that if he doesn't show enough progress, then I will simply tell them and be honest.
I just hope to help guide him on the proper path.
The prince shows promise. He learned that in order for him to get what he wants, he needs to do something against his nature. He needs to compromise. He needs to do enough to make sure that those around him who hold power over him will be satisfied. That is an important lesson to learn. And I'm glad I could help Prince with it. However, there are many more lessons to be learned. Because of Prince's upbringing, he needs to learn from the ground up again. He needs to learn how to live like a normal person. Poor, without a penny in his pocket, struggling to survive, needs to fight to live another day. That is my hope for the prince. But he is capable, He will overcome these trials, and in the end, he will come out of them stronger, more prepared. I do not wish to train him in martial arts. I wish to strengthen his character, so that one day, when his parents decide that it is time for him to accept his duties, to become the ruler, and he is prepared. What he needs to learn is modesty, virtues, and perhaps dedication towards something more than just his primitive needs, his curiosity. You know what I speak of. The prince has very peculiar needs, and they might bring him into a trouble if he's not careful.
Lenny. I was curious if you were able to contact his parents with any updates, and if you've heard any news of his life there. It might bolster his spirit to learn everything's okay.
I understand. And I appreciate that he sent you to ask me for it. But if he wishes to know, he needs to ask me himself.
Oh, he didn't send me. I'm asking for myself, I guess, to learn what I can do to help and also keep his spirits raised.
You are doing everything, my child, in your power to help, and you are succeeding. But in the end, it is up to him.
Of course. Thank you.
What I want from the prince right now is honesty. I know what he's doing.
What do you mean?
I have my eyes everywhere, my child. But it matters not. For as I said, I am a patient man. And once the prince is honest with me, I will be honest with him.
Okay. Well, I will see to it that he is more honest in the future.
Very good. Remember, intentions matter. The prince may not be perfect, but if he's at least trying, then it is a good start.
I believe he is, yes. I myself have seen changes since we have gotten here, so I think it is definitely making an impact.
On a personal level, my child, do you prefer the prince like he was before he met me? Or do you prefer him as he is now? And be honest with me. I know you care for him.
It's a difficult question. I've been his friend for a very long time, and it does hurt to see him struggling more than he was. So I try to help any way I can.
You want him to be happy.
Yes, of course.
You think he is ready to rule a kingdom?
I've always believed that he has it within him to rule.
Even with all the princesses that he was collecting in his room. Even when he was openly claiming that he hopes that his parents will perish so that he can claim the throne for himself. Do you really wish to serve under such a cruel tyrant?
I've never seen him as a cruel tyrant.
Then you are blind, my child, for those are not the words of a benevolent leader. But fear not, the salvation is at hand, even for the prince. Before the judgment day comes, I will make sure that he is ready. As ready as he can be.
Yes, thank you.
Are you playing Abigail, Annie? Greetings, my child.
Good day.
How
I
are
didn't
you?
mean to interrupt. Well, and yourself, good father?
We were just finishing. And yes, I am well too. A bit tired, perhaps, for we had a long day of convincing many heretics in the carnival to see the errors of their ways and to embrace the light.
Oh? Do you think it went well?
It always does, my child, for we arrived back home safely. Safely. To conduct ourselves the same way next time we visit. To bring them more clothes, more gruel and more water. To quench their thirst and satisfy their hunger.
I understand. Oh. I don't mean to keep you. You said you're tired, but I do have a couple of questions.
Of course. Ask.
Well, first off, have you settled on when your first sermon will be?
Sunday. Oh, damn it! No! The timing. I think Sunday would be fine, right? Fucking it. Oh, the timing, culpable. The timing. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't have to wake up so early tomorrow. Nice. My brother just messaged me. Yay, Sunday. Cliffhanger, Alatio. Yeah. Alright, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's see. Alright, Grim. Thank you so much for stopping by. if you're leaving, have a lovely rest of your day. And enjoy the RP. Whenever you get back on that freaking train. Right, restart info, 1203. It is back. That's not the server, right? Nope. Need to direct connect. Thank you for the welcome back. Server info. There we go. And we are ready. I hope it's not one of those cases, you know, where we're supposed to wait for the stuff. That would suck. Is working. Alright, where is my favorite matron priestess? Oh look, I'm not even bugged out. What the heck is going on? Like this though. Come on, tree. Be my sparring partner. Ooh, oh, she's a blonde? I never actually saw her hair before. That was kind of cheating. We're not gonna use that, of course. My apologies, my child. I needed a moment to rest, but I feel much better now. Please, where were we? The sermon.
Yes.
I would like to have it on Sunday, for I do believe that is as earliest as I can make it.
Very well. Do you have a time in mind?
Around the usual time. I am around. Perhaps.
So about 4:30, post Miriam by the Eastern Stars?
Indeed. Something along those lines. I will make sure to post details about this. It may not actually happen on Sunday. We might make it on Monday. To give people enough time to make it over here.
I understand. I won't post I won't give anyone an official date then. But I do have some inquiries to make at the carnival regarding such thing. And that's why I was hoping that you might have an answer.
Of course.
And the last question I wished to ask was regarding the structure I erected between your... Actually, I do have another question, but pardon. Between
My
your
child,
home and...
one question at a time. Your curiosity is like a river that is about to envelop these lands with its streaminess.
I had the idea that we might...
Yeah, it was very cute.
It might be a good idea to fashion some bathing rooms for your congregation, given as it isn't really decent to be bathing out, exposing oneself out
Of
in
course.
the river, but at the same time it's excessive for us to each have a bath in our rooms.
Very well. Tell me about your vision for this public bath that is very much private and also offers enough modesty.
Have you seen the structure that I built between your dwelling and a good Epha's?
Show me.
Very well. Very well then. Pardon.
No need to apologize, my child. This road can be quite slippery. Perhaps running is not a wise idea.
One mustn't hold themselves to false modesty when it's not necessary.
Indeed.
Right. This was the idea that I had. 2 room. Each with a single tub and a bucket. Some soap, a bench. Perhaps for scrubbing oneself before
Very good.
And I was going to build 2 of them. One between... Well, I will have to realign this, I believe. But one here and one on the other side of that building.
Fresh basic sets of clothes there for new followers too. Indeed.
So as not to be playing favorites to anyone.
Very good.
Each dwelling has a bathing area close to it. And my last question was in regards to the prince's dwelling. Do you have an issue with the modifications I've made?
No, my child. I am simply grateful that the prince had a taste of modesty. Now, it is up to him to make a decision whether he wants to return back to his former life of luxury and comfort, or whether he found that there are more important things in life. I cannot force him to be modest. That decision is his and his alone.
I understand. Right then, I should get to building. Thank you very much for taking the time to answer my questions, good Father Lionel.
Always, my child.
Hmm.
It is one of my many privileges to spend this time with you. Your dedication is inspiring.
I must apologize. There is one other thing that I've been meaning to bring up to you.
My child, the only thing you need to apologize for is your constant need to apologize to me. For you have nothing to apologize apart from the fact that you constantly keep apologizing to me for everything. Stop it.
I'm terribly sorry, Father. I shall do better in the future.
I will expect nothing less.
In any case, good Nyla. I'm afraid requires meat in order to heal properly.
Understandable. Do you require my leg?
No.
My
What I
arm,
was saying
perhaps?
is that... No. Father, you're very considerate and giving, but that won't be necessary. What I was saying is that don't believe everyone will be able to keep themselves to the simple diet of gruel. I do understand where you're coming from with this standard, and with the end of times being close, and I must admit, I was not sure that I believed it was quite so close when I first started following you, but given the things I've seen in these lands, But in any case, I digress. I understand why you insist that one should hold themselves to a strict diet of gruel, but your followers will also have to keep their strength up, and gruel alone is not quite enough for that.
I understand, my child. And you are correct. There are those of which the simple diet of gruel would be unable to give them the nutrition that they need. If Nyla requires more, then we must provide. And if you refuse my offering, then perhaps there will be traders, those that we can buy these resources from. Or perhaps, if you see a wounded animal that is about to die, you may deal the finishing blow and use its flesh to perhaps save it from being wasted. There are many ways, my
Yes,
child.
of course.
The
Indeed,
Judgment
we
Day.
shan't let anything go to rest.
Indeed. The Judgment Day is coming. It is inevitable. It is upon us. The day of reckoning, where everything will perish. Some of these creatures, they do not understand the magnitude of the situation. They will be territorial. They will be guarding their place, their way of life. They will even be aggressive, hunting those they perceive weak. But we are strong in faith. And if we are forced to defend ourselves, we are armed for a reason. Do what you must, my child. But make sure that creature was given a proper fair fight. A chance to do what its nature dictates it to do. And make sure all the proper rituals were conducted. Thank it for its contribution, for it deserves our respect.
I understand, good father.
Yeah, I like that, Grim. And also, consider having a flock of domesticated animals. You can keep them in good care. You can take care of them. Make sure they have long and spiritual life. And perhaps, when their time comes, you can use their flesh to strengthen our cause.
I shall think on it, good father. Though we do need to be careful with our time. We can't afford to spend an excessive amount of time on, I suppose, on settling, on agriculture and such.
My child, when I was alone, when I was preaching, trying to save as many heretics from themselves as possible, I didn't have to care about such matters. I simply ate what I found. I was self-sufficient. But now, I am in the congregation of many, and they have their own special needs that need to be taken care of. I cannot simply see them as I see myself, for they are not Lionel. They are their own individual beings, and I understand that their different needs need to be covered in different ways.
I understand, good father. Perhaps we can divvy up the tasks then. That way no one person is spending too much of their time. And also might teach some amount of responsibility.
Indeed. In the end, my child, I have faith in all of you that you will find a way to balance your time effectively, so that we can save as many souls and also strengthen our cause, however you see fit.
Thank you, good father. I do believe that was everything.
You forgot one thing, my child.
Yes, good father?
You forgot to apologize, of which I am very grateful for.
I'm happy to hear that, good father.
I saw someone over there. Yeah. Near the Mitran place. We do not have AOC. It's not ready at all. Like, it will probably take like a month after 3.0. Show yourself. Do not hide from the light. Wow, Hunker. Wow, yelling at me like that in my own chat. How dare? Show yourself. I will not ask you twice. It It's Abigail, isn't it? My name is Lionel. I am not your enemy. If you offer me your courage, then I will offer you the way for salvation. Perhaps in time. Wait, that's not my home. I haven't seen any big sign. There we go, this one is mine. And this one is mine too. Damn it. Alright. We found it. Not on the first try, but one day. We'll get there. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you all. Let's go raid someone. Do we have someone on ToO? Right back at you, Grim. Thank you so much. Oh, Renegade, perfect. She is a badass streaming lady. So let's go raid her and see what she's up to. Unfortunately, I never, rarely ever have a chance to RP with her because she usually starts whenever I end, but at least now you can see what her character is all about and give her a follow. Aw, well, come join us, Grim. There's plenty of slots on the server. Alright guys, have a good one. Bye-bye!